Yo, man. Welcome back to another episode of Check the Stats. Episode 36. I'm sitting here today as a disappointed Texas fan. Me and my boy Versea, we went out extremely sad. We know what happened, man. The usual. I wish I had the enthusiasm, but I'm your host, T-Cal. This your co-host, Big Verse. Here's to the bottom right. First round eliminator. Charger fan.
Come on, man. Big old.
Shout out Sandman, man. But
Sandman.
It's a lot of controversial stuff that we can get into. Divisional round was crazy. The award finalists finally came out for the most valuable player, coach of the year, offensive player, all that stuff. So without further ado, Omari, you can kick us off.
All right, man. What's good with y'all? First topic. Hey, did the Revs get the Chiefs that game against the Texans, man?
I think it's a mixture of yes and no. I think a part of it was outrageous calls. I mean, third down calls and critical moments. Will Anderson Jr. I mean, we started off with him. I mean, he clearly hit him in the chest area. Everybody in America said it. I mean, the refs, at a certain point, you got to realize, certain quarterbacks going to get certain calls. And we know Mahomes is the best quarterback in the game. It's undeniable. Everybody knows it. But at a certain point, what's the point of going out there playing these games if it's not going to be an even playing field? If you touch him, that's 15 yards. If you breathe on him, that's 20 yards. If you, nigga, hey, Roger Goodell might go grab you off that field his damn self if you touch him. So it's like, I feel like the Texans just had a disadvantage. I mean, it was bad call after bad call. I mean, Dalton Schultz getting hit drop tackled on the very first possession that we had the ball. No call. Dalton Schultz getting called for an offensive pass interference call. When he's clearly running a route and they're both engaged on each other, we get the offensive pass interference. Clearly holding calls of Daniil Hunter trying to go get Mahomes on crucial third down plays. Jawan Taylor holding him. No call. I mean, at a certain point, the NFL got to be held accountable. Y'all got to stop finding people for them speaking the truth. I know y'all don't like them talking bad about your league, but at the end of the day, they're speaking the truth. And there's never going to be change if there's nobody to come up to the front and be the truth tellers. And obviously, Joe Mixon got the $25,000 fine for, and it's crazy because his words weren't even bad. He didn't say nothing even outrageous to get fined. Mm-hmm. So it's little stuff like that that irks my nerves. But at the same time, I just don't feel like the Texans executed at a high enough level.
He got fined for saying what he said, in that pregame thing.
No, he got fined at the postgame.
The postgame. When he was like, we know what it is. When we play in the stadium.
Yep. Oh, okay. He got fined.
That's crazy. For that. He ain't even cuss or nothing.
And I'm pretty sure Will Anderson, if he didn't get fined, he's gonna get fined big time. I'm pretty sure D'Amico Ryan's gonna get fined big time. And at the end of the day, as a Texas fan, I can sit there and say I'm proud of those guys because you got to speak up for what's right. It's everybody knows it. It's not just the Houston Texans because we're bitter. The Chiefs was a better team. I'm not going to sit there and say we were the better team. We put out a way better performance than I would have ever thought. Mm-hmm. And I'm proud of those guys. For real. CJ played his ass off. That was the best game he played the whole year. So I'm not disappointed in the outcome, but I'm disappointed in the fact that I feel like we didn't have the fair chance to compete. Mm-hmm. All you want is just a fair chance to compete. And if we mess up, we mess up. But, you took the game out of our hands by putting it in y'all hands. And, it's not right. The Texans, we're going to get back in the lab. We're going to retool for sure. I just don't think, Travis Kelce, how can we not stop one guy? We locked down Juju Smith-Schuster, which obviously we know he's little than nothing. So I don't want to just put that out there. But Juju, Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins. 4 targets, 0 yards. They did not. They were blanketed the whole time. But the one person that killed us was 35-year-old Travis Kelce. 35-year-old Travis Kelce went for 100 yards on us.
God damn.
Wide open. When I tell you he was wide open, he was wide. It's like we came in there with no game plan, not knowing he's the top target. Their run game was pretty much non-existent. They got it when they needed it for real. But outside of that, we're pretty good against the run. But Travis Kelce killed us time and time again. Mahomes continuously kept going to him when in doubt. He literally, if you watch the NFL films, he literally said, hey, I was looking at Trav the whole way. I wasn't looking at nobody else. I'm looking directly at Trav. The fact he knows where he's going with the ball and you cannot stop him. And it's as Texans fans, it's annoying knowing we know that it's going to one person and y'all still not going to make the attempt to double team him, bracket him, do something. Shit, they doing it to Nico the whole damn game. Shoot.
Who was covering him? Aziz?
Yeah.
Yes, and we got Christian here fresh off IR, and he don't even want to play him. Like, it was sickening, man. Damn. CJ, you played your ass off, man. The Chiefs. Hey, we got another topic for you, but it's a 50-50 blame, Pa. I think it's partially we didn't play good enough. I mean, seven missed points from Kaimi Fairbairn. I swear to God, if I see you in number 15 in Houston, I'm coming to NRG, and we're gonna have some problems. But we didn't play well enough on our part to win. But also, I feel like the refs, they took it out of our own hands. So,
for real,
I think that's fair. I don't want to sit up here and act like a sore loser because at the end of the day, we lost the game and we could put a lot of blame on ourselves. With as well as CJ Stroud played and as well as the offense looked better than I expected, we can't settle for 3 all the time. We got to put the ball in the end zone. And the defense, we played a tremendous game plan for the most part, but that second half killed us. We had all the momentum in the world up until that Kaimi Fairbairn missed extra point to tie the game, and after that, the Chiefs took that ball down the field, got 7, and we couldn't really do much after that. But at the same time, 2 things can be true. The game was won and lost by the Texans. It was won by the Chiefs, and it was lost by the Texans. But at the same time, you could also sit up here and act and with your open eyes and see that there were some calls that were critical to the outcome of that game. I'm not going to say that we would have won the game 100%, but I will say this. I'm a defensive player. I've played linebacker, defensive end, all the way to the college level.
Collegiate guy. Make sure you look him up, Charles Versea. He was a dog, man.
Check this out. I've played sports. I've played football for over half my life. I played most of that time on the defensive side. Never in my life have I seen 2 defenders collide and the offensive player get the benefit of the doubt. Henry toe-to-toe with that unnecessary roughness was insane. I've never seen that before, ever. And I've been watching the game.
You talking about when he flopped?
Yeah, I'm talking about he was scrambling, waiting to the last second to hit the ground.
The slide with both of the where the helmets collided.
Him and Fudukasi, man. That's
they ain't even hit his ass.
They hit each other. When in doubt, exactly.
15-yard penalty.
When in doubt, give the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. At a certain point, it's just annoying because this isn't new. We know what it is. We are not the biggest or the greatest example. We're just the latest. The Chiefs have been getting some of the most insane calls in past experiences, and I heard a lot of people compare it to the likes of what the Patriots got back in their dynastic days. But I think what the difference between those 2 franchises have is the Patriots, it wasn't in the situations that were seemingly critical, where the game is in the balance. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like the Texans didn't have their fuck-ups. The O-line was terrible. Dalton Schultz blocking on the edge, Jesus Christ, we got to work on that, my brother. And then the defense we did sell at the end, but at the same time, we can't sit up here and ignore those flagrant calls, or for the lack of better words, the flagrant missed calls on our end that influence the type of game that is being played.
That's a tough loss for y'all. Honestly, I hate that for y'all. But we already know what it is with the Chiefs, man. Just like Joe Mixon said, we know what it is when we come to play in the stadium. You know what I mean? Like, we've been seeing this all season. We've been seeing like the Chiefs get all these BS calls in the regular season, now in the postseason. So it's like, I mean,
Are we shocked?
Yeah, I'm not shocked. And then y'all playing at Arrowhead, like there was no. I mean, I was rooting for y'all to win, but I thought it'd be like a closer game, you know what I mean? But it wasn't a bad game from y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's just the refs. I feel like they hold y'all on a lot of stuff. Like, I'm seeing Pat Mahomes like flopping when he going out of bounds and stuff like that. When he literally just making sure, like, as a defensive player, bro, you're taught to be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just pushing to make sure he is out of bounds. He flopping and shit. Like, come on, bro. Like,
I think you're also at a disadvantage as well when you knowing that the game is predicated on protecting the offensive player.
Yeah,
and the fact that if you even attempt to like get a little physical with them because they're trying to cheat to get those extra 2 to 3 extra yards, you're gonna get penalized if you put him on his ass. So it's like at a defensive player, you're already at you're at a disadvantage already. You can't be physical. You can't play football the way the game was taught to be played.
Literally, like. it's like they're treating it like it's at practice. Like, in practice, like you can't, y'all know this, when you can't touch the quarterback, they treating it like that. This is a live game. Like, we full pass, we suited up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand if it's like if it's, intentional. You can tell when something's intentional, you can tell when something is not intentional. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, man. The Chiefs have to be stopped. I don't even know if the Bills will beat them, but I hope they do. But you know what I'm saying? But that's just my thoughts on that. So
Nah, for real.
on to the text. On to the next. On to the next topic, man. How much blame does Lamar deserve in the Ravens' loss?
I think he deserves about 50%. I can't go no higher, no lower than 50. I believe that we got to compare you, like I done told y'all from time and time again. Players don't get the benefit of the doubt of playing the way they do in the postseason and not performing up to regular season standards. Lamar Jackson, 43 touchdowns, 4 INTs. He ran for damn near a K on the ground. What you do when you come to the playoff? One fumble, scoop, Von Miller down there, take it to the goal line, that capitalized in points. Lamar Jackson throws an interception, going to Bateman. It was miscommunication on both of their ends. They end up getting a stop on that, and it hurt us bad. But at the same time, those 2 turnovers, you didn't do that in the regular season. That 43-4, I think that's almost a 4-to-1 turnover touchdown to interception ratio that he had throughout the whole regular season. So why all of a sudden you come to the playoffs and now you throwing picks and now
That's
you
higher.
Huh?
That's damn near higher.
4-to-1?
Yeah.
40. Nah.
Yeah, that's high.
That's like that's like 11-1.
Damn
like
near,
close to
yeah.
11-1.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is. But like now you see why I say I hold him to the most high standards. He can control the whole game from start to finish, and it don't make it no better when you got a player like Derrick Henry that the defense is idling to stop. Which obviously when Sean McDermott, I don't know if y'all heard in his little like post game presser, he was talking. He was like the main key to this game was stopping Derrick Henry, make Lamar a passer. Keep him contained in a sense, but we're going to make sure we're going to neutralize that running attack, and we're going to put the game in Lamar Jackson's hands, and if he beats us, he beats us. And at the end of the day, he gave them the chance. That's why I can only give him about 50% blame, because it's like he got them there. He got them all the way down the field when they were down 8, when the team needed it the most. Despite all the turnovers, despite all the mistakes he made throughout that game, he took them down the field, gave them opportunity, and put it in the breadbasket. Mark Andrews dropped it. That's already well documented. He's getting blame pie all over the internet. I mean, God bless you, Mark Andrews. I know that's a tough situation to be in. But
keep your head up.
Nah, facts.
Man, at the end of the day, you the MVP. You going up against an MVP candidate and Josh Allen. You got to stand up to that test. You have to beat it by any means necessary. And that means you have to be more cautious with the football. Josh Allen didn't turn over the football. He had the same opportunities as you. So it's like I can't give Lamar the benefit of the doubt knowing who he was in the regular season. We calling him great. We're comparing him to GOATs. He's better than Burrows and he better than Allen's, which I told y'all he wasn't. But now y'all see regular. Hey, what you doing the regular? All I want. These are my standards, and I'm gonna let you go, y'all. I want you to perform the way you do in the regular season, the same way you do in the postseason. That's all I ask. And if you can't do that, then that's where I kind of start to discredit you and I put you lower than other guys who elevate their games in the playoffs. And I don't think Lamar Jackson elevated his game to the high enough level to win that game.
I can agree with you in a lot of ways. I think you could definitely give Lamar Jackson a good chunk of blame. I mean, you turn over the ball twice. I mean, that's bad enough. And both of those drives that he turned the ball over could have potentially been game-changing. Their offense was moving the ball fairly productive for majority of the game. And turnovers not only kill momentum, it gives momentum to the other team. So you're giving new life to a team in Buffalo who didn't even really need it. I mean, they was rolling on their end as well, but at the same time, when you're in that position and you're the guy that wears the, heaviest the head that wears the crown, you're on the verge of potentially winning your 3rd MVP, and you got these guys ready to play. But if your level of play isn't executed at a high enough level to get you the victory, let alone play a clean game of football, then a chunk of blame has to be given to you by default. However, I will give him credit because, like you said, he gave them a chance. And as a fan, as a coach, as a teammate, All you want from your quarterback is to give you a chance when the game is in the balance. He took them on that long drive. He got them that touchdown. And the 2-point conversion play, had Mark Andrews caught the ball, who knows what could have happened in overtime, or who knows what could have happened in that fourth quarter when Josh Allen got the ball back after the extra point attempt. So I want to give him credit. He didn't play perfect. He didn't play great. He played good enough to give the Ravens a chance.
Yeah.
And as a fan of anybody, that's all you ask of your star player. He could have done better. That's null and void for sure. But at the same time, he earned my respect to a certain degree.
So what percent blame do you give Lamar if you had to give him any?
I think he deserves probably. I think 50 is fair for sure, but I think that could also be contributed to split between him, Mark Andrews, the offense as a whole for all the penalties that they've had, and I think that the defense for allowing the big plays. I mean, blame, it can't be centralized between only a few guys. It's a team game at the end of the day, and in the playoffs, for your mistakes, you pay double. So,
though he is the leader of that team, it's a team sport, man. So I feel like it's on the whole team. I mean, yes, Lamar, he did, you know what I'm saying, like have his little moments where he was messing up and everything like that. But that's football. You gonna mess up, you know what I'm saying? That's a part of the game. But I agree with Charles. He did take them down the field every time to score, you know what I'm saying? It's just capitalize. You have to capitalize. You got to take advantage of every opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like with Mark Andrews dropping the pass, that would have been game-changing right there. That's a 2-point conversion. They would have went into OT, right? Am I tripping?
they would have had the chance.
They would have had a chance to.
They would have had a chance
enough time to tie it up.
Yeah.
I mean, to win it if he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they would have went into OT. So it's like, y'all got to capitalize on those type of plays, man. Well, Mark Andrews, you have to capitalize on those type of plays. But I feel like it's like you got to blame the team as a whole. You know what I'm saying? They came to play, but it's like the Bills were just outplaying them in a sense. Like not by like a large margin or anything like that, but they were beating them 21-10 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they was ready. They was on their ass already. So like I said, they got to capitalize on scoring. But I still have Lamar. You know what I'm saying? I still think he's a pretty good quarterback. I still feel like he's a top quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at him no less and everything after this game. I feel like he's still one of those ones. Shit, like TK said though, you do have to perform how you perform in the regular season and the playoffs.
I got a quick question for both of y'all. Where would y'all rank Lamar after this season? Like both of y'all.
4.
4? You?
Yeah, I put him like 4. I say that.
My last comments on this, and then we can move on. I think that game showed you the levels in quarterback play in a sense. Josh Allen didn't have stargazing numbers. He had 120 yards passing. But at the end of the day, he controlled that football game from start to finish, utilizing legs and also throwing when need be. At the end of the day, all you're looking for is how can you win this game?
Yeah.
Any means necessary. Josh Allen had proved to us time and time again, despite when he played, the only teams he lost to since he's been Josh Allen, which was Mahomes and Burrow, he knows how to win games, and Lamar just simply doesn't. When it comes down to the playoffs, when it's time to clutch up, Lamar can't get it home, and it's just an unfortunate situation. I feel like the better quarterback prevailed in my opinion.
Damn. On to the next topic though, man. Hey, NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, man. So who do y'all have as y'all Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year this year?
I'm not gonna lie, man.
JD.
I'm taking Brock Bowers. I can't go against first team All Pro. You have to give some level of credit, validation for being a first team All Pro. I mean, that's 11 guys on both sides of the ball. I mean, not 11. I mean, it's about 14, including your 3 receivers and all the works of that. But first team All Pro at that position, you still have your Travis Kelce's that still gets the credit. He only had an 800-yard year, but you know how it is it's Travis Kelce. They would give him a nod if they could have, but his performance was so spectacular where they were like, nah, we can't hold this rookie. You still got George Kittle performing at a high level. You got Laporta. You got, Hawkinson was out this year, but like first team All Pro as a rookie with third string quarterbacks giving you the ball is, I mean, he's literally playing slot out there. I mean, he's getting end arounds. He's abusing best defenses in the league week in and week out. Jay Daniels had a marvelous season. I mean, he's going to realistically win the award because obviously you know how it goes. I mean, CJ Puka. Like last year, I mean, Puka had an all-world season. CJ led his team to the playoffs, did his thing. They gave it to CJ. So obviously we know who it's going to go to. But if I had a vote, I'll take Brock Bowers. I mean, you can't ignore a first-team All-Pro as a rookie, beating out some of the greats in the league at that position. And we know who they are. We don't got to name them. But if I had a vote, it's going to Brock Bowers.
I want to give it to Brock because, like, when you break the all-time record for receiving yards for a tight end in your first season, that's insane. That's incredible. But at the same time, I can't sit up and, discredit what Jayden Daniels is doing because Jayden Daniels was in the same situation as C.J. Stroud. Obviously, we know that they're going to give the benefit of the doubt to the quarterback, but to his defense, nobody expected Washington to be where they are.
Nah, facts.
Like, the Commanders, I thought, were at best case scenario fighting for third place in the NFC East. No one in hell, unless you're a diehard Commanders fan, and hell, even them probably didn't sit up here and expect Jayden Daniels to take this team to the heights that they did. I mean, think about this. I know that this is based off of rookie year and not necessarily postseason play because the votes go in prior to the start of the postseason. But in his rookie year, he's had multiple game-winning drives on primetime television. He's had games in which he's gone up against the likes of other top-tier draft picks in his draft class, and he's came out on top. He got his lick back against the Eagles, and he was doing and his only downtime as a player was when he was hurt. And now that once we've seen him get out of that spell of being hurt and him being healthy, he's been balling since. I mean, Jayden Daniels has taken this team to a level that no one in hell has expected the Commanders to be at least not this damn early.
Not at all.
So, and also it also plays a big factor of are you winning? And we all know that this is kind of an award for the best offensive player for the most part. But at the same time, even with the excellence that Brock Bowers has shown, I got to show Jayden Daniels some level of love because of the fact that where the Commanders are compared to where the Raiders are.
Nah, I respect that. I agree with you on Brock Bowers. He went crazy this year, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can say the same thing about Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. out of, where he at? Jacksonville, I'm sorry. Out of Jacksonville. But, man, Jayden Daniels he literally put that team on his back, and he's literally doing what we thought Lamar would do. You know what I'm saying? So, like.
But also, before you finish,
yeah, ain't true.
When we're counting these awards, it ends in the regular season. So anything he's doing postseason wise, you can't account for. So what's going on now? They don't care about that.
Yeah,
they don't care about him winning. I mean, obviously he was a Pro Bowler. I don't know if he was named a starter. So like obviously he has the regular season accolades to, account for your argument.
So we talking regular season? I mean,
strictly regular season.
I'm gonna still go with Jayden Daniels. He's had a great season. He's probably had one of the best rookie years we've probably ever seen. I can say that. I feel like that's fair to say. You know what I'm saying? So is Brock Bowers. I mean, we're seeing that dude's different. He different, bro. We can all agree with that. But what Jayden Daniels is doing, man, it's unbelievable. We did not expect this out of him. We knew he was good, but damn, we didn't know he was like this good. You know what I'm saying? So like, Commanders, y'all got y'all one, bro, for real. I feel like, don't want to say that.
Nah, speak on it.
Don't speak on it.
I feel like,
speak on it.
I feel like Ladd should have been in there though. I feel like he could have been up there.
Ladd McConkey?
Yeah, I feel like he.
Who would you replace?
Didn't he have more yards than Malik Neighbors? Or am I tripping?
I think Malik got hurt.
Yeah,
but his numbers are still that high, so you can only project how many yards he'd have.
I mean, that's true. But like, I could have sworn Ladd had passed him up. I could have sworn he did.
I mean, Ladd realistically probably did, but hey.
Damn, that's crazy. I don't know. I mean,
That's not a crazy.
I'm not saying he's
statement.
better than any like all of them or anything like that, but I still feel like Lad had a pretty crazy year for a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
I think Lad probably the next name.
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
of
he
it.
probably
in the
six.
6.
Yeah.
If it's top 5, then he's literally below the.
Yeah, he got to
threshold.
be 6 for sure.
I think another thing that affects Jayden Daniels too is like he's carrying that team in the sense of like, okay, not only is this offense over exceeding our expectations, but that defense is middle of the pack. So you're not really getting a lot of help on the other side of the ball. So the fact that you're winning these games in these level shootouts and having this opportunity to dominate the way that you have, it shows how special of a talent you are.
Yeah, I agree with
Most
that.
definitely.
Hey man, but on to the next topic, man. That leads me to my next question. Is Jayden Daniels the best quarterback in the NFC?
I say right now, no. But I think with the Super Bowl, yes. And no disrespect to Matthew Stafford whatsoever. Matthew Stafford is currently the best quarterback in the NFC. I don't want to get it mistaken. But the way Jayden Daniels is playing, man, I mean, he's the he's a better version of Lamar Jackson in the NFC. And I know that sounds like a stretch, and I know he gonna roll his eyes and call me crazy and all that stuff, but when have we truthfully been able to sit here and say that a quarterback is able to win the game with his legs and his arms, and they're both equally as explosive? And he's the most. I can sit here and say that Jayden Daniels is a top 3. He's a top 3 clutch quarterback in the NFL right now. And obviously, he has multiple fourth quarter drive. I mean, Tampa Bay, he went back and won a wild card playoff game. I mean, he done it all year long. I think Super Bowl. I think if he makes it to the Super Bowl, I believe he is. I don't know. I don't know about the result. I don't know if the winning or losing would make me look at him in any other way. Mm-hmm. But I think Jayden Daniels, if he makes it to the Super Bowl and wins it, I think he's the best by far.
What you think? Like, what would you place him at right now?
He's the second.
Second. Okay.
I think he passed that. I think he passed Golf. I think he passed Love. I think he passed Hurts. I think he passed. I mean, it's not that many good quarterbacks in the NFC. I think all of them lie in the AFC. So right now, I think I got him second in line. I think he already surpassed the majority of with his play over this year, and especially in the playoffs. I mean, going on the road and slaying that dragon in Detroit when nobody gave him a chance, but this guy right here. Hey, I can take my credit.
It's not a stretch.
But who was the only one on this pod to choose them? Charles, you can answer that.
The name of the game is Any Given Sunday.
Now it's Any Given Sunday. Man, I believed in him. I said it's something different. And it's crazy how Detroit defense finally came back. We're going to talk about that. But I think Jayden right now is the second best quarterback. I think what he does this Sunday against Philly will determine where he's placed, if he can go a little higher in my rankings.
I think, for me, I learned a long time ago that I need a bigger sample size than 1 year. Now, what he's doing is crazy. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. Like, he's having a spectacular rookie season. And shit, if he goes to the Super Bowl, he's the first rookie to ever be in the Super Bowl as a starting quarterback. Like, that's incredible if he's able to pull that off by beating Philly this Sunday. But at the same time, it's so many guys that we've seen be one-hit wonders. And I'm not ready to sit up here and pencil in Jayden Daniels. I'd rather be late to the bandwagon train than too early. Because if I'm too early and I end up looking like a dumbass, then, well, shit, at the end of the day, I'm a dumbass. But if I'm in a position of looking at a quarterback and seeing his body of work, then I could give him a proper assessment of where he ranks and where he lies in the grand scheme of things. I mean, not too long ago, Mac Jones was seen as the next coming of Tom Brady's successor in New England, and look at him now. After Lamar Jackson's first MVP season, people were looking at him as the best athlete in the NFL at that time, just for him to get knocked off by Tennessee. Patrick Mahomes threw for over 5,000 yards and only had 12 picks his first full year starting.
Damn.
And he got knocked off by Tom Brady when people thought that Mahomes was going to be the new kid on the block. I mean, for all this work, Jayden Daniels is a special talent, and we all can sit up here and recognize it. But I got to give that edge to Stafford at this moment in time. And I know we'll get to it. I think if someone were to argue for Jared Goff, at worst case scenario, we can listen because he's been to a Super Bowl as well. And
Listen to what?
listen to Jared Goff being a quarterback that is potentially better than Jayden Daniels.
No, but we talking about the best in the NFC. We not talking about
He's in the NFC, isn't he?
But I mean, we seen the same game, right? This previous weekend.
So
Did we see the same game?
are we basing it off of recency bias?
15-2.
Huh?
15-2.
I mean, shoot, 15-2, and you lost to the new kid on the block. So what did that do? And especially when you have more talent, way more talent. Jamison Williams, Omari St. Brown, Gibbs, and Montgomery freshly back, Laporta. I mean, what the excuse with a top tier line? There was no excuse.
I'm not saying they win the shootout though. I feel like
31-45.
I'm not sitting up here saying that it's
I'm not saying it wasn't a shootout, but I'm saying if you have all those weapons, you were the number one seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
There's no excuse on why you lose that game, especially when it's been proven that your defense can't make those stops to keep you in. 31 points should be enough to win you a game. But they know that their defense was not good enough from the start of this year to the end of this year. Yeah. And they only had one sprinkle of luck, which was that Minnesota Week 18 game when they went out there and played like freaking Baltimore.
So you blame Jared Goff for that?
Oh, 100%. Jared, I mean, at the end of the day, Jared Goff threw a pick six. He threw how many picks? He threw two?
I think he threw 2 or 3 picks. But I don't want one game to dictate how good of a player somebody is.
Wait. Before you go, have I not been the one on the Jared Goff side of things saying like
he threw 3 interceptions?
Yeah,
I don't believe. I told you. I said Jared Goff is a good quarterback for sure, but I think the system benefits him more. And everybody was like, I mean, the system benefits everybody. Everybody is equal.
No, that was Cam.
I mean, you was on that bandwagon too when we came to the Jared Goff. I said I don't think he's as good as what y'all are trying to portray him to be. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but I don't think he's that.
No, I was on your side. I said that Jared Goff, if you put him in a situation where it's like you swap him out with another quarterback that's doing great things in a bad situation, then we would be likely to see the projection of this quarterback doing better in Detroit with what Jared Goff has. So I was in agreement with you there. But at the same time, I don't want one bad game to dictate how good or bad of a player Jared Goff is. I mean, hell, for what it's worth, his first, last year in Detroit, he took them to the NFC Championship game. He didn't close the deal. We could sit up here and agree on that. But he is one of the few quarterbacks started in the NFC that has been to a Super Bowl. It ain't that many. Jayden Daniels could become the next latest, but at the end of the day, hell, even if he does go to the Super Bowl and wins it, he'll just be in the same class as Matthew Stafford. So, he will definitely have an earlier track record or be in that realm for sure, like locked in after winning it as early as he did, whereas Matthew Stafford had to leave Detroit to go to L.A., but at the same time, I mean, for me, I just don't want to give someone the crown after one season. I've learned that for a long period of time. I just got to see more. And it's no discredit to what Jayden Daniels has done. It's just out of respect for his career.
Consistency.
I need to see consistency because it's been too many one-hit wonders in the NFL, regardless of position, coach, whatever, general manager, whatever the case may be.
And I respect it for sure, but I feel like if Jayden Daniels go to the Super Bowl and win it, he's the best quarterback in the NFC without a doubt. I mean, Stafford won Super Bowl, and his longevity that he's put on display for his 14, 15-year career is tremendous. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, you coming into a situation, they was the worst team in that division. I mean, you had Terry McLaurin with an average defense.
They were worse than the Giants?
Huh?
They were worse than the Giants?
I mean, sure, they had the second pick. So, they were worse. So, I think at the end of the day, you got to take things in perspective in the sense where it's like he elevated a franchise. And, shoot, you could put, I mean, a bunch of quarterbacks came in high pitch. I mean, shoot, Matthew Stafford had the chance to come in and play with Megatron. He never had that level of success. Despite, Jayden Daniels, that defense is irrelevant. Jayden Daniels getting a shootout with anybody and still compete and still give you a great chance to win that game. So I'm saying Jayden Daniels win this Super Bowl this year, he's over Matthew Stafford in my eyes. He's a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford in my eyes. I don't care about the longevity or none of that. What he's doing this year without all the money. Because when Matthew Stafford won it, how many guys he had on that squad? That was like that name with the stat. He went up there and played with arguably the best interior lineman in NFL history in Aaron Donald. And then also another one with Von Miller. You had Eric Weddle, which is one of the underrated safeties in the league.
Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen
I mean, he had a
Ramsey.
squad. He definitely had a squad. I won't sit up here and deny that.
But
Like,
who did Jayden Daniels have? Outside of the guys that was already there and the Bobby Wagner acquisition in the offseason, who else does he have? Frankie Louvu, he's doing well. He came from Carolina.
I like what Bobby Wagner's done for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That match made in heaven between him and Cliff Kingsbury is underrated as hell. And we'll see how long that materializes. But I think that that's a perfect scenario for Jayden Daniels. And it's not to discredit him either. I think that...
You did call Kingsbury a QB guru.
Yeah,
I told you. Hey,
You did.
I mean,
you
but
got to check the stats. Hey, your dreams turn into reality.
I mean, shit, but I mean, if you agree with that, then you can also agree that has an effect on how great of a season Jayden Daniels has played.
Yeah.
Not entirely, but you could definitely say that it's definitely benefited him.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
The college style offense.
Yeah.
See what he did with Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm. He's got scary Terry. We all know how special of a talent he is.
Damn,
I don't know what the hell the Eagles are doing with getting rid of Zach Ertz.
They got Goddard, so it's understandable.
He has more receptions than all Titans on their roster.
Goddard been gone for a large sample of the season, so you can't just hold that against him.
I can't, but I will say that Zach Ertz is still a baller at the end of the day.
Oh, for sure. But I'm not taking Ertz over Goddard, and Ertz is a very good tight end. Don't get me wrong, but Goddard is a top. He's a top 6. I'm not gonna put him in the top 5 round. He's top 6 to 7 tight end in the game.
He's a great receiving tight end for sure. Definitely underrated with the other marquee names. But regardless, I like what Jayden Daniels has done. And I will, eat my words if he ends up winning the Super Bowl. But at the same time, a year is it's too short. It legitimately just is. And if he has a spectacular career for however many years it's been, say maybe 3 years down the road, he's still doing this type of stuff.
Yeah.
I'll give him his flowers. And I still will give him his flowers for what he's done this year. But at the same time, it's like I can't give him that benefit of the doubt that I've given everybody else. I've learned my lesson as far as seeing who's like that and who's not based off of one good season, one magical run.
Yeah. Respect.
I respect that. I feel like Jayden Daniels, he's like the premier quarterback. Like he's the next big thing in the NFC, and I feel like he's showcasing that right now. I want to say I agree with Tyler. I want to say he's like the second best quarterback in the NFC right now. I can't put it past Matt Stafford. Like, I feel like Jayden just needs some more time to like show me, you know what I'm saying, that okay, like, yeah, bro, you the best quarterback in the NFC.
So you feel you like in the middle between me and Charles, because Charles is saying he needs a little more time to see if he's really like that for the long haul, and I'm saying he's so good right now. I'm willing to put him in front of the line right now, especially if he goes to the Super Bowl. So you like in the dead middle.
If he goes to the Super Bowl this year, man, that'd be crazy. That'd
be insane.
That'd be insane. I ain't gonna lie.
That would be insane.
Shout out to my pops. He a Commanders fan, man. I told you he was like that. Man. But I found this interesting fact about Jayden Daniels. It says Jayden Daniels excelled in the most difficult passing situations against the Lions. So this is when he played against the Lions. He said versus the blitz, he was 12 for 16 for 191 yards. He had the touchdown. And he had a 7.0%, what is it called? Completion percentage over expected. I don't know, that's something new, I guess. And then it was over 2.5 seconds, 10 for 16, 172 yards, and a touchdown.
You said over 2.5 or under?
Over 2.5 seconds. And then under pressure, he was 7 for 9, 109 yards, plus 17.6%. And he was sacked 0 times. So I feel like that's a pretty interesting fact, man. I feel like Daniels, I'll put him like he's second best right now. I feel like he, after this year, you know what I'm saying, he keeps on doing this, then he'll eventually become like the best quarterback in the NFC because, I mean, who you got?
His real
You got-
competition.
You got
is
Goff, you got
Goff,
Love, you got Hurts, you
Stafford.
got Stafford,
Baker
you got Kyler,
Mayfield.
you got Baker, you got
Hell yeah, he
Geno,
done-
you
yeah.
got Purdy, you got those guys.
Yeah, like it ain't really too many people I can look at in the NFC and just be like, like, you know what I mean? Like,
So I'm gonna ask you the question. We can move on to the next topic. So if Jayden Daniels makes it to the Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl, is he your number one quarterback in the NFC, or do you feel like he needs a little more time before you give him that one spot? Afterwards, we'll go roll right into the next one. So you on the spot.
damn.
How about this? If he goes to the Super Bowl and lose, are you gonna still give him his flowers? Or are you gonna critique him?
Like, what you mean? Am I gonna give him this?
All right,
Am I gonna put him as number one?
Would you elevate him with a Super Bowl loss? Cause right now,
I can elevate him with a Super Bowl loss. Like, you took your team to the Super Bowl, bro, as a rookie. Like,
Yeah, that's
and that's
insane.
never. And you said that's never been done, and that's never been done. So like, that's a big thing, man. That's a huge accomplishment. Like, that's making history. So I mean, I could put him up there. I could put him up there for sure. Yeah.
Not to diverge into a different topic or anything like that. You know what's scary?
What?
The Commanders have done what we thought was impossible. They went on the road. They've done all these things to get to this NFC Championship game. Win, lose, or draw, whether they end the season with a ring or they end the season this Sunday, they have $90 million in cap space for next year. Do you know what they could potentially do to go all in with $90 million in cap space?
They are ranked number, like, they're not ranked.
They're number 3, I
They're
think.
they're like at the top. I
That
forgot-
is crazy,
I forgot who's
bro.
first.
And
I
then
want
on
to say the
top of that,
Patriots are
that's a
first.
high. Like I think that's the number one free agent destination, trade destination in
For
the league.
everybody.
Like Marshawn wanted to go there, and then the crazy thing about it, and shout out to the supporters on all our platforms commenting and things of that nature. I seen one comment. It said Tyreek Hill to the Washington Commanders next season.
It might
and that
deserve
really
it.
piqued my interest because obviously we know
deserve
Tyreek's situation with him wanting to be traded. We don't know how legitimate that is, but Tyreek Hill with Jayden Daniels
That's
and Terry
scary.
McLaurin.
That's scary.
I mean, I'm gonna leave it at that. But
And if their biggest weakness is defense, they could fix that in a heartbeat.
and then on top of that, trust
Then
me.
the draft, they
You
have a
can
lot of good
still
defensive
get some
players.
dogs in the draft at the
Right.
latest,
It's
at the
some-
back end of that first.
It's
And then that
dogs.
quarterback on that rookie deal, and it just kicked in.
And just imagine if they make that trade for. Imagine if they trade for Myles Garrett.
Oh my!
Cause they
But
got the
he-
money.
He said he don't want to.
He wants to be involved
Yeah.
with the decision-making process for quarterback.
But he's.
Man, heck no.
But
The
Miles
defensive
said he wanted to
player.
stay
You
in
tripping.
Cleveland though.
You said what?
He said he wanted to stay in Cleveland. I thought.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. He want to be involved in what's the plan for the quarterback situation.
I would never. What? You're a defensive player. At the end of the day,
Yeah, he's one of those players that can influence upper management because of how good he is. I
Oh,
would
no,
say
for
that.
sure. He
I would
did
say
really
that.
well.
$90 million in cap space is crazy, bro.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
can sign some heat, bro, and there's some heat coming off the shelf.
For
like,
this could
oof.
potentially be his floor in his rookie contract, as far as like how much expectations the Commanders have.
This may be the worst roster he may ever have.
That's what I'm saying.
And speaking of heat, man, Omari, we got two dynamic AFC NFC championship games that we got coming up this Sunday. So without further ado, let's roll into the next one.
AFC, man, we got the Chiefs versus the Bills, man. Who do y'all got in that game and why?
Me, this is heart over mind. Like I'm saying this before I even say my soliloquy. Heart over mind. I got the Buffalo Bills winning that game. I got the Buffalo Bills winning the 30-27 shootout, buzzer beater, game clinching field goal to win the game. I promise you. If you tell me on the confidence scale how confident I am about this pick on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably give it about a 2.
Drop in the comments who y'all got.
Before you continue, you trust Tyler Bass?
I mean,
Tyler Bass straight.
at this point,
Well, this year, how's he done this year? I haven't really watched too many.
He's been
bad.
solid, but last year,
Last year he was.
you ain't see that game when they was in Highmark Stadium?
you talking about when they played Broncos?
No, when they played the Chiefs last year.
Oh shit! Didn't he miss like an
Yeah.
easy one?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Hey, what they say? It's a new year.
It's a new year. Hey,
He
but-
can redeem himself for sure.
Hold on, where they playing at? Oh,
They're playing Arrowhead.
Oh my fucking good.
So Josh Allen, he's leading the third highest points per game offense in 27 points. With Buffalo going up against the team that allows the fourth least points in the league in Kansas City. So it's a battle of high flashy offense and hard nosed physical defense. Keys of the game, man. Like I think Buffalo was dangerous just off the fact it's like, who can you truthfully key in on to like, we have to stop this threat? Like, Amari Cooper, the acquisition of him has been fine and dandy or whatever, but I mean, realistically, he's getting 0 to 1 targets a game.
I feel like they got to key in on Josh Allen.
No, but I'm saying, like, outside of, like, Allen, who is his targets? But outside of Shakir throwing the little slot passes, like, who can you sit there and be like, dang, like, we have to eliminate him. If we eliminate him, we got a great chance of winning.
Me personally, I would say James Cook.
I was about to say
Me
the same,
personally, because if he goes off, then all bets are off. Because their O-line is damn near the best in the AFC. Mm-hmm. They got a great running game because he's been extremely productive.
No, for real.
I mean, shit. If it's outside of James Cook, I'd probably say, you said not to say Shakir, I'd say possibly Kincaid.
But like, even still, like Kincaid ain't really been doing. He been doing little to nothing as well. That's what I'm saying. That's the most dangerous thing that Buffalo has in favor of them is the fact that it's so many different guys that can hurt you at any given time. And you got Dawson Knox that can still come out of the blue and still give you a little something at the age of 29 to 30.
Very unpredictable.
And he's the backup tight end. I mean, you got guys like Keon Coleman who's being put on the shelf. You got guys like Mac Hollins that make plays every here and there. Yeah. You got guys like Curtis Samuel. Like, I think Buffalo, if they have any chance of winning that game at all, I think they got to control the time of possession.
Yes.
I think time of possession is key. You can't give Mahomes a slither of hope. I think if you give Mahomes any type of chance, you're through. And I mean, speaking of Charles saying what he said, I mean, shoot, picture perfect right on the screen. Bass missing the field goal.
It looked like the wind took it.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, but bro, look at the flags. The flags didn't even blow. The flags literally didn't even blow. He just trashed.
Damn,
he's literally trash.
Come on, Tyler Bass, you gotta get it,
ass.
Man.
Hey, Kansas City. I mean, if I'm Buffalo, main thing, you have to stop Travis Kelce. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you do nothing else, if you have to bracket that man, you have to stop Travis Kelce. You have to make Mahomes beat you with somebody else. If it's Worthy, if it's Hollywood Brown, if it's DeAndre Hopkins, if it's Pacheco running on you, anybody else can beat you. But if you cannot allow 87 to beat you. So that means if you need a linebacker and a safety following Travis Kelce at all times, that's what you have to do. But people underestimated 35-year-old Travis Kelce thinking that he's not going to perform because of his age is strictly, I mean, look at the Houston Texans. First game in the playoffs, and we got done up by the old man.
He still know how to get open. He know how to find them open spots, them blind spots.
So it's just safe to say, man, I got the Bills winning in a shootout, in a 3-point game. Am I confident about that? No, not at all. I mean, shoot. The better team would never, I mean, it's literally like a cry out for help because at this point, I think the whole United States of America, I think the whole world is going for the Bills. I think we're getting fatigued of watching Mahomes go to the Super Bowl and win. And not even based off the talent. We know Mahomes is a great quarterback, but I feel like it's a lot of other deciding factors that goes into it that makes them just, I don't want to say hate them. I mean, I guess the world hates them. Like, and they love being the villain. But, I mean, at a certain point, it's time for a new face. It's time to see new, fresh blood. And I think this time is now, and I think Jalen is going to have a chance to win. Well, I give him a chance to win. Am I confident about that? No, not at all. Obviously, we've seen what happened over the weekend. So, like, all my confidence on any other team playing the Chiefs in the playoffs is out of there. Like, as long as I see zebras on the field, I'd give no other team any type of chance. But I'm going hard over mine. I'm going Buffalo 30-27.
Is the same ref in that game?
I mean, probably not, but I mean, still, they still wearing red and yellow. So,
I'd say I'm gonna stand firm on what I said before, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if there's any team knocking off the Chiefs, it ain't coming from the AFC. And For me, that's me going the opposite, mind over heart. I want literally anybody to knock off the Chiefs. Do I realistically expect that to happen? As much as I hate to say it, no. If there was someone else beat them, we're gonna talk about it next. But for the Chiefs, it's like they've shown the benefit. We've given them the benefit of the doubt because they've done it in the best of situations and they've done it in the worst of situations. They've done it when their offense was dynamic. They've done it when their defense was young and their offense was having drop problems and all this type of stuff. They've done it when they haven't looked as great as they have been. I mean, they still have the longest streak in NFL history of winning games under 30-point scoring. Like, that's crazy for a Hall of Fame level connection between Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes with a mind like Andy Reid, with weapons like Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, and with a receiving talent that's going to end up in Canton like DeAndre Hopkins, and you can't crack 30 once, let alone over the past 2 seasons. Like, that's insane. If Buffalo is going to win this game, they have to win the line of scrimmage. Their O-line has been dominant. And if James Cook can continue to get to the second or even third level of the defense on a normal basis, then Buffalo has a chance. But history, we're going against it if we're going for the Bills. Because Josh Allen has yet to beat Kansas City in a game where the stakes are the highest. It's no discredit to him because if you're going to lose to anybody, you want to lose to the best. But at a certain point, you would like to see him knock the king of the mountain off. You want to see him do that. And simply the only person we have seen do that was Tom Brady and Joe Burrow. Joe, we give him the benefit of that because of everything he's done, and Tom Brady is Tom Brady.
Right.
Josh Allen can get his name etched in history for being one of those guys, but I just don't see it happening. That connection is too lethal between Travis and Mahomes. I heard a saying about Travis Kelce. He's not as athletically gifted as he once was, but he's a professional get-open guy. Like, if you need a clutch play, if you need a first down connection, if you need someone in the red zone that you could just instant, it's insanely incredible how effective he is as a receiving threat. And nobody has been able to stop that over the past, since he's been in the league, essentially. It's just now he's getting the credit because now his quarterback isn't Alex Smith, it's Patrick Mahomes. So I truly think that Kansas City's got it. I'd say 27-24.
With this game, man, with the Chiefs versus the Bills, I'm rooting for the Bills to win this. I want the Bills to win this game, man. I
Who
feel
you
like
picking?
I got the Bills. I got the Bills winning this game.
You said one. I'm like, hold up now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going for. I still got them winning. I feel like the score is gonna be it's gonna be close. It'll be like 24-27. Like Charles said, man, I feel like this game will come down to the trenches, O-line and D-line. I feel like if the Bills O-line can stop Chris Jones and all those other guys, man, I feel like it's good. Like, it's good. And then too, you do have to worry about like the refs and the BS that they call. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like defense just gotta just be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if the Bills defense can be disciplined and, you know, make the right plays and everything like that, I feel like they'll win this game. Josh Allen also has to put on that MVP caliber play that we've seen him display all year and everything like that. But I really do feel like this game will probably rely on the trenches a lot. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be like the most important thing because even like with let me see like the Texans, like y'all O-line, they played
awful.
They were awful
bad.
that game, but like I feel like if y'all O-line was good, I feel like y'all probably would have won that game, bro. I ain't gonna lie, y'all would have won that game.
Hey, if
Gave CJ more time to throw.
we all be drunk, man.
Nah, but I feel like it's gonna come down to that O-line play for sure. I 100% agree with Charles, man. But I got the Bills winning this game, 24-27. I'll take that.
If the Bills lose, then if not now, win.
Never.
That's for Buffalo.
Never. I feel like you don't get. I mean, at a certain point, you can't keep getting blessed with the opportunity to advance to that Super Bowl and you continuously keep flopping, at a certain point, your window is going to be shut.
Nah,
And,
facts.
I mean, it's coming sooner than later, so Buffalo better capitalize because I promise you, shoot, Mahomes' teams aren't going to look this dull, this this low
Man,
scoring. He gonna
get
bring in those proper guys, and once everybody here, I promise you, we ain't gonna see this type of Mahomes no more.
Nah,
At this
facts.
point, he's just trying stuff.
Even if you do see it, I mean, shit, they got a ring just like this last year. So who's to say he can't do it no more?
Yeah, that's not even put Mahomes and ring together. You gonna jinx him to another 3-peat.
Sure. Next game, man. Well, NFC Championship, man. We got the Eagles versus the Commanders. Who y'all got?
I got the Commanders in a 27-20 game. I feel like Philly only chance to win this time possession. I think giving the ball to Saquon Barkley is your best bet. I think you putting the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands is only going to be a recipe for doom, for pain. Doom. I just don't believe he's a good enough thrower of the football to get you to the places that he needs to be. I mean, shoot, for God's sake, the only Super Bowl that he made it to, it was against who? CMC at quarterback? Like, I think, who was it? Josh Johnson, Brock Purdy, all injured in the game. So, like, Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl, he did what he's supposed to do. But, I mean, the championship game to get there, I mean, he was average, Joe, at best. If anything, he underperformed. But Jayden Daniels, I just see that it factor in him in a sense. I feel like whatever you need him to do, he's going to do it. I mean, on fourth downs, he's literally – like, they're running counter plays for him, quarterback counters. You got guard and tackle pulling around for the quarterback. I'm like,
yeah, that's insane.
And it's crazy because, like, when he's out there, I got that feeling like I haven't felt that way since, like, I've seen, like, Mahomes. And I'm not sitting here comparing him to Mahomes, but, like, it's the fact that I see him and I'm like, damn, like, I'm shocked when he don't get it. Like, I'm more confident in him picking up first downs and scoring touchdowns and coming up clutch in the biggest moment because that's all I've seen him do all season long, especially when the light's been the brightest. I mean, Dan Quinn, he's showing that he has 100% faith and confidence in this guy. And he's showing time and time again that he's trustworthy. I think that the defense, you have to put all your eggs in that bag. Teams have been loading the box. I mean, nothing that's worked. I mean, Saquon Barkley is Mr. 2K, he's going to win Offensive Player of the Year. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's going to Cannon. We all know that. But if y'all can somewhat limit Saquon to about 150 yards, and I know that sounds crazy.
Insane.
That 150 yards is an off game for Saquon. If y'all can limit Saquon to 150 and let Jayden Daniels have the ball last possession of the game, I promise you, Jayden Daniels is going to win that game. I just think that it's really going to come down to who has the ball last in a sense. I feel like Philly defense it's good. Don't get me wrong. Jalen Carter's a monster. That secondary with Slay, with Quinion Mitchell, I don't know what's his stat because I know he hurt his shoulder in the divisional round. I don't know what's his stat it is. I don't know. I have that faith in Jayden Daniels that he's going to get it done no matter what the circumstance is. I mean, obviously weather played a factor in last week's game. It snowed. I just feel like I don't care what the weather conditions are. I have 100% faith in Jayden Daniels, and I think he's going to pull it out. 27-20 game. I think he gets it done with the last possession, and he's going to take us to the Super Bowl. And when I'm right, I want to go back to this footage right here.
Man, I done doubted the Commanders since they made the playoffs. I doubted them against the Bucks, and that was the only game in the wild card round that I got wrong. I doubted them against the Lions, who I thought was the best team in the NFL, and they beat them by double digits.
Yep.
Damn. Put 45 on their ass.
Yeah.
He down him one more time, Charles.
Damn.
You know what they say, the third time is the charm.
Hey, bro.
On a serious note, though, you know who the Eagles remind me of? They remind me of the Celtics. And what I mean by that is, like, they don't win pretty. They don't win flashy. They best players, or at least their star players, don't necessarily have the games we expect them to have. And we're not talking about Saquon. We're talking about the connection between Hurts and A.J. Brown. The fact that Hurts hasn't gotten over like 150 yards in back-to-back playoff games at home. I mean, they don't look good in the sense of a lot of games. Their coach, I don't trust whatsoever. Like, your quarterback is injured and you got him in a drop back pass when you're that damn close to the goal line, you're asking for trouble, and he got it with his safety.
Right.
I don't trust their offensive passing game. I don't trust Nick Sirianni. I trust their defense, but they do make some boneheaded penalties at times. I mean, it's so many things wrong with Philadelphia. Just like there were so many things wrong with Boston when they was in the playoffs last year. And then they fucked around and hoisted up the Larry O'Brien trophy. And Philadelphia has the chance to hoist up the Lombardi. The thing with Philadelphia is like they don't do anything exceptional, and yet they always win. And I think that's a testament to how talented of a team you are when you have bad days and you still find a way to get the job done. Jayden Daniels has been incredible, and I'm not going to sit up here and discredit it. I mean, like, you made me look stupid twice, like 2 weeks in a row. Like, kudos. But at the same time, not only is it a tough matchup with the weather conditions that are going to most likely favor Philadelphia, it's a division game. And that goes the same thing for Philadelphia as well. It's hard to beat a team multiple times within the same season. But I think if their defense comes to play, Philadelphia, I think that they'll be able to, at the very least, contain Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels has done the impossible with all these damn comebacks. They call them the cardiac commanders for a reason. But even with that being said, fly, Eagles, fly. 21-17.
Not bad. Me, personally, I got the Commanders winning this. I do not see Jalen Hurts going out there and just, like, having, like, any special game. I feel like if they can limit Saquon to at least, like 180, maybe, like 180 yards. 170. 180 and below, goddamn.
480.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, yeah, if they can limit Saquon, I feel like it's over with. Because, I mean, I feel like Jalen Hurts don't utilize, like, Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert and A.J. Brown enough. I feel like, bro, like, A.J. Brown's a top 5 wide receiver, and he's, like, it's games where, like, I barely be seeing. I be seeing just, like, Saquon, like, take over the game, honestly. So I feel like if they key in on Saquon, they stop him, which is probably going to be unlikely. You know what I'm saying? They got a better chance of winning the game. Even then, though, like, I still think Jayden Daniels, he going to put up the points. You know what I'm saying? He's done it all season. Well, all through the playoffs and everything like that. We seen him beat the team that we thought was the best in the NFL. Shit, put 45 points on their ass, and shit, that's crazy. I think the Commanders average, like 28 points per game or something like that?
It's high.
Yeah, it's pretty damn high. So, like, I feel like they're going to put up the numbers, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just going to come down to the defense. So, defense, Commanders, if y'all can stop Saquon, which I know is going to be hard as hell, and then, like, if y'all can't on Saquon, I mean, y'all gonna force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball, and we know he's okay at throwing the ball. You know, he's decent. You know, he's cool. But y'all stop Saquon. I mean, y'all got it won. But with that being said, though, man, I got the Commanders winning this game. I'm gonna say 35-27.
Who has stopped Saquon, though? Like, that's actually an insane task. Like, who has stopped that running game?
I think Pittsburgh. Outside of Pittsburgh, I don't believe nobody else.
And they still won. Like, that's
Crazy.
a dangerous team, man.
Crazy.
He's a special player.
Hey, he is. But that roster is special, too, because if Saquon don't put fear in you, shit, you lob it up to 11 on the outside, he definitely will.
Yeah. Facts.
So on to the next topic, man. Detroit Lions, man. So my question to y'all is, did Detroit miss their championship window this year?
Absolutely. I mean, you can't ask for nothing better than 15-2. They probably statistically had the best offense in the league. They probably averaged most points per game. But injuries. The name of the game is, can you make it to the end with as many of your starters as you possibly can? And obviously they're going to. I feel bad for them in a sense because they have free agents out there on the street, out there trying to play defense for them. And obviously they're free agents for a reason. They were good enough. They would be on the NFL team. But they weren't. And they was available for Detroit. And that was the last viable option for them. And they had to play. I think, losing both of your coordinators is going to hurt extremely bad. I think Jared Goff was extremely grateful to have an offensive mastermind like Ben Johnson call a play for him. I mean, do I think they're going to be in 100% trouble? No. I mean, you still have that talent, so if you bring in some type of offensive mastermind that can, cause no offensive coordinator is going to bring what Ben Johnson brought. I'm sorry, like he had receivers throwing passes to other receivers on end arounds. Like he had, bro.
Lineman out there running.
He had people doing fake.
I seen a end around that turned into a shovel pass to Jahmyr Gibbs.
He had somebody doing a fake fumble. Jahmyr Gibbs faked the fumble.
Golf picked that hole up.
They threw a touchdown.
That's crazy. Bro,
Offensive genius for Ben Johnson would not be replaced whatsoever. Losing Aaron Glenn. I'm so glad Aaron Glenn got that Jet job. Congratulations to you, because at the end of the day, I didn't want nobody to look at these high-scoring games that Detroit was in and saying it was his fault. I mean, you going out there, you playing with, your probably top 6, 7 best players are out. So, like, the fact that, like, he was still putting those guys out there and making something out of nothing was highly impressive. And I wish him nothing but blessings for his next endeavors with the Jets. I mean,
him and Ben Johnson.
Oh, no, for sure. Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, bro, you a hoe for that. Hey, bro. Not even 48 hours after the game and he accepted the job. He already in the building talking about some, man, me and my wife, man, we look forward to this, man. We been committed. You were just in the playoff game 2 days ago. Now.
To the rival.
Well, he going to the Bears, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he's the head coach, and he walked in there. I mean, 48. I mean, you can just tell focus was not there whatsoever. Hey,
maybe for both guys.
Glenn.
That's gonna be cool.
Glenn for sure. I mean, shoot, but look at it. If they would have won the Super Bowl, they could have asked for a little more money. Shoot, they could have. But at the end of the day, I feel like they did miss that window. I feel like teams are only going to get better from here. I mean, just imagine Jayden Daniels next year being able to bring in that talent to Washington with that level of cap space. And they're already doing this with bare minimum talent on their roster compared to what they can bring in for next year. So I'm like, the league only gets better and better. And the players that you're having are coming up on payday. Jameson Williams will get paid. Amon-Ra St. Brown's already a top 5 paid receiver. Jared Goff's already a top 3 paid quarterback. Aiden Hutchinson, he was hurt the whole year, but he was leading the league in sacks for about 5 to 6 games after he was in. Just imagine the amount of money he's going to ask for. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to be able to keep that collective talent together. So they're going to spread out, go get their bag somewhere else. Your team's going to get weaker. And unfortunately, I feel like that's the recipe for a closed championship window. And I feel like they're not going to be the 1 seed no more. I guarantee you that.
Damn.
I think Detroit suffers from a great problem when your coordinators are so good that other teams demand and require their services. Fuck that. They need their services. Like, that's a great problem to have as an organization. As far as Detroit having the championship window closed, I 100% disagree with you. I think with Detroit, obviously you got to pay those guys, and they're going to demand a boatload of money. But at the same time, their roster construction where they are now, I think that at best case scenario, they got about 3 years max. 3 years max, including this year. So 2 years in the future. I think with what this team has been capable of doing, you got to look at this from the outside looking in. Compare the Lions' current day to every team in the NFC. Forget that. Let's compare them to their own division. Do we realistically expect the Vikings to be much better than where they currently are right now?
No. It depends on the quarter. I'm assuming J.J. McCarthy realistically going to be their quarterback for next year prior to Sam Darnold's horrific playoff performance in his last game. But, yeah, I see a drop-off.
This is back-to-back seasons where the Packers finished with the 7th seed in the NFC playoffs, and they haven't been able to capitalize in that tough division. Do you think that they'll realistically be more higher in the NFC playoffs. Where do you feel like the Bears are going to finish in the NFC North?
I feel like they got the realistic chance to be. It depends. It all depends. But I feel like they had the chance to finish as high as 2.
As high as 2? Okay, so
the NFC ain't like nothing crazy, you know.
I'm just talking
We talking
about
about the North.
Just the North.
North.
Okay, so now let's look at the other teams. Who are the other big dogs in the NFC? Let's say San Francisco. You think that they're going to be any much better than where they currently are right now?
Once they free up that cap space and go get something,
They got to figure out that cap space.
Yeah.
Though.
And then you
They
got
gotta
Purdy coming up.
Exactly. You want to look at the Seahawks. They're in limbo. Not too good to where they're title contenders, but not bad enough to where they could get a high pick.
Yep.
Cardinals. This was honestly a good year for them. Scrappy team, but even then, they still finished, last in the division? Or second to last?
Yeah.
The Rams, I think, are a very talented team. I would consider them one of the big dogs. That's one team. I feel like if you're a top 4 team in your conference, you can essentially be a title contender. Let's look at the NFC East. Eagles aren't going nowhere. You think the Cowboys are doing much?
No.
do they have the? I don't know what that cap space looking like.
I don't.
But then
believe
again,
that.
it don't matter.
Dak
'cause-
Prescott is taking up so much money on that team. You can, and then you got Micah coming up. You're really just repaying the same guys that you basically had on your team last year. They're a little more expensive.
And they just missed the window on looking at coaches during the playoffs. So, they're still looking for a head coach. The Commanders are nice. I will give credit to where credit is due.
Right.
But what do we feel about the Giants?
They're gonna be trash.
And then look at the entire NFC South. Is any one of those teams better than Detroit?
I don't know what that cap space looking like.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
You think Tampa
Tampa Bay
Bay
is
current day right now is better than Detroit?
Nah.
Yeah.
You do think so?
I mean, shoot. The proof is they beat them this year.
They did.
Hey, the
but-
Chiefs lost to the Bills. You think the Bills are better than the Chiefs?
Hey, we got this Sunday to officially.
We can find out,
We're gonna find out.
But I think with the Bucks, obviously they're the best team in that division. No one's going to take that credit away. But for me, I still look at Detroit as a top-tier talented team in the NFC. And if you're a top-tier talented team in the NFC, you always have a shot. I mean, hell, the Bills have been dominating the AFC East ever since Brady retired. And their window is as open for as long as that division is theirs. And it's going to be theirs for a while because it seems like Miami, New England, and the Jets don't want it. I think also Detroit has an insane roster. Now, they got to pay those guys, so they got to capitalize sooner rather than later. And they got to find a way to replace the genius that was Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn on their coordinator positions. Mm-hmm. I already seen that they was looking at, the pass game coordinator for the Texans.
Oh wait! Oh man!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I thought they were talking about Bobby Slowick, man. Damn! Oh, I thought they were talking about Bobby Slowick, man. Hey, get him out, please. Somebody come get this man. Hey, I don't want him no more.
Nah, they looking for
Johnson.
Yeah,
Gerard Johnson. Mm-hmm. Please leave him alone. I'd rather him as the OC. He's a
hey.
Take Bobby, please.
But Detroit's already trying to make the right moves, and I think that while it's definitely a sour taste in their mouths with what Dan Campbell has already alluded to, I think they still have a chance to walk away with a Lombardi trophy at some point in time. There's no guarantees, but they definitely have a better shot than majority of teams in the NFL. I think the championship window is far from closed.
Man, as long as Jared Goff is their quarterback, man, I give them no hope. No shot, no chance. I mean, obviously.
Goff made it to the Super Bowl before.
Hey, and who was the lead count on that team? Todd Gurley.
Damn,
that's fair. That's fair, but
Todd Gurley.
So what you saying is you give them a sustainable run game, and they'll be able to do something special.
And you thought they had it until they did it. But
that's true. But they still got it.
But you heard the breaking news though. Greg Roman is in the OC candidacy for the Lions now since it's the vacancy.
Greg Roman. So you think that he gonna leave LA?
Yep.
You think so?
Hey, look at
Hey, look.
Hey, Omari,
Hey, look.
he wait for real.
Where did you see that? Because I need to see that. I need to see that. I need to see that.
Hey, you see the smile on his face?
Oh my God. Where did you see that at, though?
Let me look at it, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Realistically, I don't know if we coming off Greg Roman. I don't know. I feel like him.
Now he want to keep.
No. I'm not against having a change. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I don't know. Greg is like I feel like Greg and Harbaugh like they're from what I've heard they're like good friends. You know what I'm saying?
I know
like, he's
where
friends
I'm
with
just
the Harbaugh
playing with
family.
you. You gonna keep your.
That's
guy.
T-Cal.
I'm gonna say where you see that at? Like I ain't heard nothing about that.
Hey, that's T-Cal Centel.
Nah, for real.
Right.
Hey.
Go ahead,
Elite
Sam,
ballers
man.
until nah, but I feel like they have one more chance. They have one more chance to make it to that to hoist that Lombardi, bro.
You think
Like-
next year's their last year?
That Lamb
Yeah,
party.
Lombardi, not Lombardi. My fault. I feel like they got one more year. Here it is. So the Lions have the 9th most effective cap space in 2025 at $46.8 million, according to Over the Cap. But they sit in the bottom 5 in available space for 2026 due to previous extensions handed out. So they got 2025. Like they have this year to like make it happen. You know what I'm saying? They got the money. All they have to do, they got the players already, but they have to they got to capitalize on getting a OC and a DC. You know what I'm saying? So like if they can find somebody to replace,
Jared Goff.
no. I don't think Jared Goff's going anywhere, bro. I really don't. I mean, I feel like
you do love him.
I mean, he's good. I ain't gonna say all that, but nah. But they have to find somebody to replace Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be hard because those two guys are amazing coaches. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who's all on the market right now that can replace that level of intelligence, like of those two coordinators. But shit, if they can find somebody, man, I feel like they championship window is still like open. You know what I mean? Because they have the talent on the team. You know what I'm saying? They already have a good head coach in Dan Campbell. You know what I mean? And he already knows how to draft. He's a good. I feel like I think we had a topic where you asked what team drafts, like what coaches draft the best or something like that. Like who knows how to draft or something like that. I can't remember what teams draft the best. Like who scopes out the potential the best. And we said the Lions. Yeah. So like they already have a great coach and
Great scout department.
They got a great scout department and everything like that. They got a great coach, man. So I feel like all they got to do is really just find an OC and a DC, and they'll be straight, man. But
And what they said, it ain't easy.
No, that's not easy.
It's not, bro. It's not. But if somehow they find a way to replace Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, I mean, shit, that championship window is still open, man. But y'all got 2025, man, to make it happen for real. Because 2026, like I just read, man, y'all gonna be at the bottom because of all the extensions and everything. So
Okay, so I said a few years. You say next year or bust. You think it's over completely.
I mean, sure, Dan Campbell said it right after the game. He said, man, I think we lost it. I think that was it. And sure, if you don't believe me, go pull up the video. That's what the head coach of the team said. So.
I mean, I will give him credit. He is brutally honest with his players. I mean, after that 49ers championship game last year, he was like, we may never get this chance again. And I mean, that's real. That's what you want from a coach is authenticity,
that's true.
and even in the worst of the lowest of moments. So I respect that from him for sure.
nah, facts.
Hey, but with that being said, man, episode 37 of Check the Stats is coming to an end, man. If you made it to this far in the episode, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Drop below in the comments, what was your favorite topic from this episode, man? What was your favorite topic? Let us know what you want us to talk about next, man. We're active in the comments. We read all your comments. We appreciate the love and support, man. Versea, without further ado, man.
Keep all that negative shit out the comments.
Oh, no, we love it. Love, hate. Hey,
What that
CDS is here to make you raise bait.
what that bowler say? Love it or hate it, you watch. And if you watch, then that means you needed them facts. And if you need them facts, come check them stats. We out.